What's up, folks? This is BG from Repairers of the Breach. This is my first time doing a video like this. I'd like to thank Wiki Intel News for giving me this information, this article. This article says, leak report, Israel acknowledges Jews infect Khazars. Alright, secret plan for reverse migration to Ukraine. What I'm going to focus on today is Israel acknowledges Jews in fact are Khazars. All right. So let me go down to a warlike Turkic people and a mystery. All right. And it says it is well known that sometime in the 8th to 9th centuries, the Khazars, a warlike Turkic people, converted to Judaism and ruled over a vast domain in what became southern Russia and Ukraine. What happened to them after the Russians destroyed that empire around the 11th century has been a mystery. Many have speculated that the Khazars became the ancestors of the Ashkenazi Jews. All right. Now it's funny how people speculated, but when it's the truth, when these people really came from these lands, it's a common knowledge, you know. See what else we got here. All right, now everybody should know who Arthur Koestler is. He's the one that wrote the 13th Tribe, and he basically saying that the Jews are Khazars or descendants of Ashkenazi or Ashkenaz. All right. Left wing. Oh, let me do this for you. Forgive me, because this is the first time I did this type of video, so I might be messing up a little bit. So you can bear with me. I'm just trying to show this this extra proof that I was given to y'all, and that y'all can share with other people. But anyway, all right. It says most recently, left wing Israeli historian Shlomo Sands, the invention of the Jewish people, took Koestler's thesis in a direction he had not intended, arguing that because Jews were a religious community descended from converts, they do not constitute a nation or need a state of their own. All right. So this guy right here says since they are converts, they are not constituted as a nation, or do they need a state of their own? You know, so basically what I'm getting from this is that they just stole this land off of lies. You know what I'm saying? All right, but then here we go. Scientists, however, dismissed the Khazar hypothesis because the genetic evidence did not add up. Of course, they will always say that until now. Now, in the year 2012, Israeli researcher Aaron Elhike published a study claiming to prove that Khazar ancestry is the single largest element in the Ashkenazi gene pool. Sand declared himself vindicated, and progressive organs such as Haaretz and the Ford trumpeted the results. All right. So right there, this Aaron Elhike guy did a study proving that the Jews are in fact from Ashkenazi, or in the Ashkenazi gene pool. All right. Now in this next paragraph, it says Israel seems finally to have thrown in the towel. A blue ribbon team of scholars from leading research institutions and museums had just issued a secret report to the government acknowledging that European Jews are in fact Khazars. All right, so this is not going to be talked about in the news because they want to keep up the facade that these are the people of the book. All right. All right, and it says scholars from leading research institutions and museums had just issued a secret report to the government acknowledging that European Jews are in fact Khazars. Why is it such a secret who these people really are? You know, it's a secret because they want to keep that power. You know, they want to try to keep the land that was given to us. You know, but anyway. Let's go on down to the next proof. All right, right here it says Khazaria 2.0. So basically they're talking about going back to where they really came from, which they go over to Palestine and basically decimate them, you know what I'm saying that, you know, they the Jews, so they deserve that land. Now since people are finding out who they are, they want to go back to Khazar or the Ukraine. All right. Khazaria 2.0 says, all Jews who wish to return would be welcomed back without condition as citizens, the more so if they take part in the promised infusion of massive Israeli military assistance, including troops, equipment, and construction of new bases. If the initial transfer works, other West Bank settlers will be encouraged to relocate to Ukraine as well. After Ukraine, boasted by this support, reestablished control over all its territory, the current autonomous Republic of Crimea will once again become an autonomous Jewish domain. The small-scale successor to the medieval empire of Khazaria, as Palestinian too was once known, will be called in Yiddish Khazaria. Now, what do you people thinking about that? All right, so basically, in secret, they're saying they're admitting that they're Khazars, and in secret, they are planning to move back to Khazaria 2.0. All right. Whether they're going to do it or not, we'll see. This article was posted last year, so we shall see. You know, it should be news if we have another mass migration from Israel to Khazaria. All right. There's a quote in this article from Ramallah, which is a Fatah spokesman. All right, and he said here, right here, there is a continuum of conquest and cruelty. It is very simple. Genetics does not lie. We see the results today. The Zionist regime and brutal occupation forces are descended from warlike barbarians. Palestinians are descended from peaceful pastoralists, in fact, from the ancient Israelites that you have falsely claimed as your ancestors. By the way, it is not true, however, that your ancestor ever had a temple in Jerusalem. All right, so right here, this guy Ramallah states that these people are from Khazaria. All right, that they are warlike people and Khazars. All right, and this picture right here, hold up, is a picture of an ancient Khazarian barbarian. All right, so this is how these people looked. All right, now if you see the ancient cave drawings or the ancient palace drawings of the Hebrew Israelites, you will see that they look nothing like that. They wore nothing like that. They wore no clothing like that. They did not look like that. All right, so if you compare this to the carvings of the Hebrews, you'll see the difference. You'll see that these people are not actually Hebrews. All right. All right, now right here it says prolific blogger Richard Silverstein, whose knowledge of Jewish culture and uncanny ability to ferret out military secrets regularly provoke astonishment even among his critics, commented, frankly, I'm surprised that my Mossad sources did not get this story to me first, but I've been up against a deadline for an essay on the Kabbalistic significance of sesame seeds, the main ingredients in hummus. So I haven't caught up on my email, but do I feel vindicated? Well, yes, it is a scant satisfaction. I've been saying for years that the Jews are descended from Mongol Tatar Khazars, but it has barely made a dent in the propaganda armor of these Zionist Hasboroid. I hope I messed it up. Hasboroid dotes. Don't laugh at me. All right. So right now, this guy says that this is known, but it has not ripped through the propaganda of the Israelis. All right. So right now they're doing a pretty good job of blocking the truth, but it's sooner or later the truth is gonna be out, and nobody can deny that these people are not the real folks and they are liars. And not to say that they all are liars, because I believe that in order for a lie to work, you have to fool your own people. All right. So keep in mind that a lot of those so-called Jews over there are being fooled too. All right. So I have no hate for them people over there. They just don't know who they really are because they've been fooled. But the higher ups know who they are. All right. Now, according to this it says ultra Orthodox spokesman, and I'm probably gonna mess up his name. It's Menuchim Yontef. All right. He said, we reject the Zionist state, which is illegitimate until Mashiach comes. We don't care where we live as long as we can study the Torah and obey its commandments in full. However, we refuse to serve in the military there as well as here. And we also want subsidies. That is, he says God's will. That is God's will. All right, but, we call him by his real name, Yahuwah, over here. All right. But right here, Mr. Yontef is speaking true scripture with saying that, a true state of Israel will not come until the Messiah comes. So right now, the state of Israel is illegitimate, all right? Because if we study the Bible, we should all know that Israel will not be gathered until the end times, till the Messiah comes back, all right? So, okay, folks, there you have it. It's just a quick run through. Israel acknowledges Jews, in fact, the Khazars, and they have a secret plan for reverse migration back to the Ukraine. This is definitely news that should be told. It is definitely news that should be put out on the mainstream where everybody should know. But of course, we know that the Jews, they own the media, they own everything, so they're gonna put out whatever they want to put out, and they're gonna block whatever they're gonna block because they have to keep the strong delusion up. All right. I'm going to put the link at the bottom, and y'all can come check out this article in full. Thanks to Wiki Intel News for sending me this. Y'all take it easy. You have a great day. This is BG signing out from All TB. Bakuth Shalom.